day's break. If you're watching this on the replay, you're just right there. You're just going right through it. But for those of us who are going through it live, man alive, woo! Are you growing? I'm growing. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. What a potent and powerful connection we are having here. I have since moved house, obviously. New background. I've always wondered what's the background going to be. I have a friend. So lovely. And today for my curly girls, it's a wet hair day. So we're just going to, roll with it because that means tomorrow is going to be a fabulous hair day here on Quantum Cashflow. All right, my loves. Today's affirmation, it's so exciting for me. This affirmation has brought me out of rock bottom, out of the gutter, out of like the deepest of dark holes that I have ever been in, and transmuted everything. It is so simple. So simple. So simple that we skip over it. We forget it. We forget how magical it is, how important these words are. So if you're not already, you can find all of these affirmations over on Instagram. Where's the light? Can we see it? No. Over on Instagram, The Monad Society. The Monad Society, let's talk about Monad for a second while we're giving everyone an opportunity to hop on here live. This right here, for me, that's a symbol of Monad. I had this tattoo before the symbol for Monad showed up, or that we created it. Monad is the absolute indivisible spark of divine light energy. It is the original frequency of source that lives inside all living beings. It is the unified field of vibrational frequency that is all that is. Every single one of us has a piece of that living inside of us. That is the monad. That is the very center, the very core of our own existence. So that very centerpiece, hi Luana, welcome, my love. That very centerpiece right there is the monad. Now, right on the outside of that is where your signature frequency begins. Your signature frequency is like your fingerprints. There is nothing in this universe that matches your unique vibratory signature. Isn't that incredible? That means that you have a sliver of the universe that is dedicated just for you and only for you. That everything that's going on in this life experience has been created and designed by you and for you before. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Soul, I highly suggest you see the movie Soul. I just recently watched it and I was amazed at how accurate the depictions and the visuals, the images were for me to be able to see. Or from what it is that I already see as a medium and what I see when I communicate with beings that are coming in to incarnate through their mothers, all of these things, the way that they depicted it, it was beautiful, beautiful, so well done, so well done. And yesterday, I also had a big, fat, giant, massive realization day. Several realizations came through in a really potent, really powerful way. That I'm sure will come through as we get going and as we get started with this quantum cash flow experience today. So let's go ahead and start with a prayer. Let's open our container. Let's open our field. Let's open the space. Taking a nice big deep breath. And as we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. All right, my sweet friends. We're going to go ahead and start with the affirmation, with the malas and the affirmation this time. We're going to get that energy moving and flowing, and then I am just going to simply open myself as a channel to transmit whatever is here in the highest and best receptivity of our collective platform here I absolutely adore you. I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you for making the time to be with yourself. Thank you for making the time to be with me. This is a powerful time that we are living in this world. And so it absolutely means the world to me that we can spend this time together. Okay. The affirmation today. I'm telling you, this is one of my biggest secrets. And it's so easy. I love you, I forgive you. I love you, I forgive you. I love you, I forgive you. Hand on heart. We're not focusing on anybody else. We are focusing right here, center of heart space. Oh, Chelsea, thank you. I'm thankful for you too. Thank you for being here. Hand on heart. I'm going to go through, we're going to be counting. This mala actually has 110. Usually 108 is a sacred round. We're going to go ahead and use this mala to shift the vibrational frequency that we are at and to reprogram the subconscious mind. It's truly a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and get started. Yeah. All right. I love you, I forgive you, 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 I love you, I forgive you. I love you, I forgive you, 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 I love you, I forgive you. I love you, I forgive you, 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 I love you, I forgive you. I love you, I forgive you, 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 I love you, I forgive you. 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 And just melt. Feeling yourself just gently slip into the vortex of your own golden life. That you are moving into that stream with an open heart, focusing on what you are letting in, what you are receiving, what you are calling in. Noticing that as you focus on what you are calling in, the energy that is no longer meant for you is just simply falling away and falling out of your life. So we're not here to focus on pain. We're not here to focus on trauma. The current of what has happened through this affirmation, I love you, I forgive you, is that memories will surface. And as these memories surface, recognize them with as much gentle ease as possible and allow that gentle ease to just simply like pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. You just simply surrender and focus on what you're letting in. Focus on the direction that you're going. Focus on the things that you are bringing into your world and into your life. Focus on the things that you have. Offering gratitude and appreciation to the things that are here and around you. That as you state, I love you, I forgive you, and as you move through into this world of unconditional self-love, that karuna compassion, that compassion that leaves no space between you and you, that there is nothing between you and you. That is the perfection of the alignment within yourself, of your own Christed light consciousness. It's available to you in such extraordinary ways, in absolute abundance. This Christed light forgiveness is available to you every single millisecond of every single day, and it is always just simply a thought away. So when you bring that Christed light of compassion into all experiences, all chambers of your heart, where pain created walls and pain created the illusion, the egoic protection, the egoic identity centered around the focus protection, that the protection is actually creating walls, barriers against your own heart space. Go ahead and give yourself a moment to take a nice big deep breath. Centered in that focus, compassion, and ease. That all that is meant for you will be here with you and already is here with you. So let's go ahead and tune into the lesson that's here available for us. I love you, I forgive you. These 2 sentences in 6 words are some of the most powerful secrets I could ever share with you. Self-forgiveness is the key to letting yourself be free and happy within your own body and in relationship to yourself. All relationships, every single relationship in this world that you step into or that you reject or that you push away or that you allow, whatever these things are, I just had an aha moment. They all are mirror reflections of you seeing you, of you reflecting to you, of you identifying as you, that you are seeing yourself clearly. You are going in to this world of excitement. You're going into this world of expansion, this world of grace. That as these opportunities for you, as these chambers within your own heart start to open and you create that fluidity in your relationship with yourself and you truly give yourself permission to look at the things that you've been avoiding, to sit with the things that you've been avoiding. And the thing that I want to say about this is that it takes a particular type and a particular sense of emotional capacity to be able to look at and to be able to sit with some of the things that have happened in our world and in our life. Some things happen in a moment, an experience of trauma, that leave an indent, that leave an imprint for us to go back to at a future point. The reason for this being is that in an experience of trauma, there's a part of you that gets stuck. There's a part of you that stays there, and then there's another part of you that moves on by means of survival. You carry on, you keep going, you exist in this world, you just keep going. And as you keep going, you recognize that there are things that are available to you as you grow older and as you learn to deal with other things. You mature. And so when you mature, you develop a different sense of emotional maturity. That emotional maturity brings a different sort of emotional capacity, so that when you are, let's say, 25, you actually can go back and look at an event that happened when you were 14 and actually transmute it, actually release it, actually forgive yourself for holding on to it for so long. Unconsciously so. There's beauty in this for you. There's so much beauty in this. I even have in the Intuitive Connection Academy, we had a month dedicated to discovering the beauty in pain. So many of us unconsciously carry around so much pain that we don't realize how much we're blocking ourselves in so many other areas of our life. That the pain that we carry is actually creating distance between you and you, right? It's creating distance between your inner world, your heart, and your mind. That pain that you carry can be released, can be let out, can be, I say that because you can hear it in my throat. A lot of what I'm releasing has to do with distance that I've created between heart and communication. So my physical body has manifested thyroid imbalances, as has my mother's side of the family, as has my father's side of the family. So these things that I personally am healing and moving through in space of communication is learning to be more forthright, learning to be more upfront, learning to be more communicative about the things that are going on in my world and things that are going on in my life with those who are important to me. Speaking to maybe the elephant in the room. I'm speaking obviously a little bit more personal in this particular one, but there are things that I know are resonating with you, that are coming up, that you're starting to acknowledge and be able to see, and basically you can just start unhooking yourself. Because a lot of healing is simply a realization. Sometimes there are action steps required to be able to really move things through, but ultimately healing has a lot to do with realizing. Once you realize that something is there, and a realization is simply that something that was unconscious becomes conscious. So once you realize that it's there, you recognize that there's something more for you to do to be able to release, to create a deeper sense of connection with you and you. And this particular affirmation, I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I forgive you, this one will bring such a depth of clarity to your connection from your mind and heart into also your inner world, to see what's there, to see what you're storing and not letting go of, to see what you're hoarding and not letting go of, that is actually taking up space for you to become lighter. We are shifting into the new earth. We are shifting into a new dimensional awareness on this planet. It's happening. We are in the Great Awakening. We are in the Mass Awakening. There's so much beauty here for us, that as we open our hearts and as we open our minds and as we open our capacity to be able to see more clearly, we expand on the consciousness that all human beings are capable of accessing. So there are humans here, let's say the Tibetan monks or the Buddhist monks, where you see those pictures and there's like thousands of them lined up and meditating. They're creating a field of consciousness that is shifting the vibratory frequency of the planet. We all, as sentient beings, feel that. We all receive the benefit of the work that they are doing. Now, to make it a little bit more of a microcosm, when you release and when you start to focus on increasing your vibrational resonance, which what will happen as you start increasing your vibrational resonance, you'll start to, let's say, pockets of dark energy or pockets of pain that you've been carrying around and storing will come up for review. It will come up to be released. And so as they come up, you're right there. You're right on track. You are in alignment. You're not slipping out of alignment. What's happening is that these dark pockets are actually weights that will keep you from being able to vibrationally continue to ascend. And so as these dark pockets are weights, we want to be able to encourage that ascension process and encourage that speeding up of awareness and encourage that speeding up of like transitory energy. And so those dark pockets will come up, they'll bubble up to the surface so that you can actually release them, because you now have the emotional capacity to be able to do so. It's beautiful work, and it is not for the faint of heart. worst case scenario, the absolute worst case scenario is that you spend an afternoon in bed crying. Sweet release. The pain hurts when you're in it, but once you feel it, it is the last time you have to feel it. And when you're avoiding it, when you're running from it and you're not facing it, you're carrying it with you. It's heavy. So, I love you. I forgive you. 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 So beautiful. All right, when you are free and happy within your own skin and your own self, things come easily and naturally. I'm going to stop there actually. When you are free and happy within your own skin and your own self, this is what I call internal liberation. This is what we focus on in the Monad Society. This is what we focus on Metaphysical Club. I had a couple of my students recently say, this isn't what I expected it to be. It's because I don't teach in a way that is an expectation of curriculum. I teach in a way that helps people to see their inner world and liberate themselves from within. When you are liberated, when you are healing, when you are healthy, because you have faced the things that you have been carrying for years and you have given yourself the opportunity to let them go, your natural abilities open up. Your natural psychic awareness, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, psychometry, we could take all these labels, telepathy, of how they work. And these are some of the basic ones. There's so many. There are so many. And as I continue to heal, I continue to have more abilities open up for me that I'm going, whoa, I didn't even know that that was available. I didn't even know that that was possible. So this internal liberation, when you are free and you are happy in your own skin, that's what starts to open the path, truly starts to open the path of alignment. That you're no longer trying to find alignment, you are living in alignment, because alignment is your baseline frequency. It is no longer a peak experience. Alignment is where you live at all times. It's where you live in the creation zone. It's where you live in the embodiment zone. It's where you live in the zone of excitement. It's powerful. So, things come easily and naturally, and those things that don't become a reflection of what may not need to be present in your life. So things come easily and naturally, right? Alignment. Abraham Hicks talks about it as the vortex. Alignment of what is meant for you, your divine birthright, your divine inheritance, the rewards and blessings that are here for you by design of your own willingness to embody as a human being on this planet right now. There's so much available to you. I know some of you are hearing this for the first time. I can feel it. Okay, so let's go into that. When you chose to incarnate, your soul agreed. Your soul said, okay, get me a body. I'm ready. There's going to be this amount of lessons. I'm going to grow through this particular event. These people are going to be my parents. And it doesn't necessarily matter which people are your parents. It's the parents that have this set of generational programming that is going to program you in such a way that you will have to overcome some of the things that you were taught in childhood, because the experiences in your childhood between 0 and 3 imprint you the most. Between 3 and 8 imprint you the more. And then, imprint you the most, and then 3 to 8 is another chunk, and then from 8 to 14. So if you look back at your life and those experiences, they create the baseline foundation of all other things that are going to be taking place in your life. The job you have, the relationships you mock up, the dynamics that you have with teachers, all sorts of things. We are programmed, but we choose this programming. We choose where we're born in the world. We choose where we end up. We choose how the environment is set up in our ages between 0 to 3. If you're adopted, if you're not adopted, if you have siblings, if you don't have siblings, Like there's so many factors that go into your actual moment of conception that it is an absolute miracle. Every single experience in this way is an absolute miracle. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So take a moment to take a deep breath. And if you're hearing this for the first time, let it sink in. If you're hearing this for the second time, great. If you're hearing this for the 100th time, play with it. I love you, I forgive you. 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 O satanikia wapukua kwa satanikia wapukua tanikia wapukua sotania wapukua sotukua pukua tanikia wapukua satani ikia kia 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 ya sokutania wa wapukua tania wa wapukua tania wa aya satania wa wapukua pukua tania wa iawa sotani ia wapukua tanikia wapukua tania wa sukua putania wa wapuya ketenia ia wasatani ia wapokua popopotania ia kia kia. There's a prayer in there simply to help you remember. I believe our soul has memories. I believe this because I've personally experienced it. Our soul has memories that is different than our egoic memories. Our soul has imprints from where it is that we have been in other galaxies, on other planets, in other dimensions, other spaces of consciousness. Our soul has access to infinite knowledge. Our soul has access to the knowledge that is here in universal form and all planes of existence. Our mind, our human mind, is what limits us from being able to see that. I also believe that every single human being that's on this planet has the capacity to be able to open to that world of possibility that is infinite inside of us. That's why I teach through internal liberation. I don't teach psychic tools. Yes, there are tools that are available to you, absolutely. I teach through awareness, keen awareness, keen observation, keen attunement to subtle frequencies. Because when you learn to tune into that, you will start to see a world so beyond your own capacity to exist as a human being. You will recognize and see that anything and everything that your human mind gets caught up on and worried about here in this world will eventually simply become a speck of dust. Yet, everything that's there for you is there to support your path of ascension, meaning the vibrational capacity that your conscious evolution has to be able to expand. O soya kaya ua tukua poa atenia wa poa kaya tenia wa hoku satania wa uku ko poa hakania wa todea wa poa tania wa poa tania wa poa tania wa ua satania wa ua satania kawaka satania kia kia kwa satania wa o poa tania ya kia kia tenia wa o poa tania wa satania wa poa tania wa poa. You simply feel for a minute. Sometimes the hardest thing for us to do is to forgive ourselves. That's why this particular affirmation is a big, giant secret. Most people skip over it. I love you, I forgive you. Hand on heart, I love you, I forgive you. 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 Let's see what other goodies are here for us. Freedom, your internal freedom is up to you to give to yourself. You absolutely have your foot on the throttle and your hands on the steering wheel. Your freedom is up to you to give yourself. So I can personally attest to the depth that this particular affirmation has in helping me heal deep and nasty wounds of self-deprecating patterns of the past. These two sentences began the path of me connecting to my own salvation and continue to be the sentences I return to when I would rather throw my hands in the air. When you feel like giving up, when you're like, I've had enough, I can't stand this place, I don't want to be here anymore, whether it be your house or the planet. I love you, I forgive you. I love you, I forgive you. And eventually that will turn into gratitude. It will turn into a really deep sense of gratitude. And that really deep sense of gratitude will shift into a different sort of focus that will open your world and open your mind into something truly beautiful that nothing can compare to. Nothing can compare to what it is that you are calling in when you create that connection within that leaves no space between you and you. So life is potent and full of rich lessons lately. Soak them up by healing your heart and your relationship with yourself. The rest, including money, will follow. And if you're truly connected to it inside of your core, you will begin to realize the importance of love over all else, including money. My life experiences in this short time that I've been here in this Samantha, now Sitara, body, I have seen an extraordinary amount of, I'd say, the influence that money has on the human psyche and that it has on human awareness and motives. Money is a huge motivator. Debt is a huge motivator. Fear is a huge motivator. Most of the times it's not that people hate money, it's that they hate the things that they have had to do or that they think they need to do in order to get it, in order to bring it in. Thank you, Kat. I love you. I forgive you. So let's take a moment to be slow. I know that sometimes when we're in these calls, I take a lot of pauses because it's the spaciousness in the pause that is actually where you will find your true nature, your true sovereignty. So we are here in the container, we are holding space with and for each other. Beautiful. And what I'm doing is tuning into the collective field. It's really fun that as we have a certain amount of people here with us live, I can also see and tune into the collective field of those who will be listening to the replay. The first time I had this experience was when I was recording the video connecting with the spirit of your baby, or how to communicate with the spirit of your baby. It's also here on YouTube. When I was recording that, I was recording it in my grandmother's backyard. I was not doing it live, but I could see that there would be tens of thousands of people there listening to it. And like I said, that was the first time that I had that experience. And so I'm tuning into this field that we have here now, and I'm asking for guidance. What is the guidance? What is it that I can share? And the theme that's coming up is actually timelines. And timelines have been really potent at the forefront of my awareness in the last few days. They have been, obviously, since I started understanding that time does not only exist in this linear form. Time does not only exist from point A to point B as we experience it in the third dimension. Time is cyclical, and in the higher dimensions of awareness, we can actually influence future timelines, and we can influence past timelines in the same way that our future timelines can influence in the same way that me sitting here, this was a realization that I had yesterday. Huge realization. And it's a realization that I knew, but it dropped in, it solidified yesterday. I had an experience where I was at an event, one of my events, where I was speaking on stage and I was teaching a room of 50 psychics. So 50 highly qualified, sensitive human beings. And there was a person that came to that event that I had previously asked not to come. It was a person that from my comfort level was not welcome to be in that space because I didn't feel that this person was safe. And so when that particular event occurred, this person walked into the door, every single hair on the back of my neck stood up, and from that point forward, I was living two timelines. I was living in the timeline of me being on stage and following the prompts and watching what was taking place and, you know, using my slides, my PowerPoint slides to carry me through. I've never been so thankful for PowerPoint slides in my life. And then I was also living another timeline, and this timeline was one that I was seeing visually of me being shot, me being badly wounded, and chaos ensuing in the room. And so whether it was a projection of my own mind, of my own fear of not feeling safe, whether it was a timeline that was actually being neutralized or cut off, whether it was an event that occurred so that I could share this with you now because the realizations that have come through are extraordinarily profound. I think it's all of it. I think it's all of it. There was also, I want to speak to this too, because this was an important factor of this entire experience, was that when the event was occurring and when I was setting the tone and setting the energy for it, I kept seeing, this was at a casino in my hometown, because I also like to play with the energy of electricity, which we'll talk in another call. But it was at a casino in my hometown, and I kept, as I was setting the tone and setting the energy and like setting the safety of the container, the protection, getting all the guides up and everything, like, you know, setting sacred space, I kept seeing this dark cloud energy coming into the field. And it kept coming in and it kept coming in. And I didn't exactly understand what it was. So I didn't try very hard to move it through. I just was observing, like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So when this particular person came in, my mind immediately went, oh, that's the dark cloud. And for whatever reason, the information that started cycling through my head and my heart and my physical body, like my physical body experienced that timeline. It experienced both. So in the healing of what I have had to unravel is actually going in and unraveling what took place in the physical world, and then also what took place in the constructs of my mind and the constructs of what the chemical reaction in my mind created on such like a cortisol and adrenal level inside of my physical body that it left an imprint. And so yesterday I actually went through and I watched that video. And I watched the video because I record all of my events. I think some of them are actually, I don't think that particular chunk is on YouTube, but a lot of them are on YouTube here. And so in that experience of going back and watching, I could feel my body physiologically had the same response as when I was on stage that day. I felt the physiological reaction, which means I was still carrying that pain. I was still carrying that fear. I have been, up until yesterday, still carrying the density of that experience. And that happened almost 4 years ago. So now I go back to that space. I go back into it with the emotional capacity, with the maturity, with the understanding. And this is something that I've done many times before. So I already have this process. I already know how to move through it. I just didn't necessarily feel like it was time, or I wasn't ready to face it for whatever reason, right? Whatever reasons come up that we don't necessarily continue to like go in and chip off the old block, right? But yesterday it felt important that that's what needed to happen in order for me to continue to ascend. So I have that experience. I'm going through, I'm tapping, crying, I'm like, you know, letting my body do what my body needs to do, shaking, letting it go. And then as I was integrating afterwards, I put on some beautiful angelic music and just laid in bed and let my mind go and see where I was going into. Now, in that field of what happened that day, I felt I was on stage, so I'm projecting energy to a room of these 50 people who are learning from me and listening from me and feeling the field that I have created. And so when my body went into a state of alarm, their bodies went into a state of alarm. They could feel where I was at, whether I was speaking to it or not. This is the undercurrents of telepathic understanding, and this is the undercurrents that I feel when I am talking to somebody face to face. So when I am talking and receiving information, communication from somebody else, I am also feeling the authenticity behind what it is that they are saying and what is interwoven between the lines. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm on stage and I'm leading a whole segment on declaring and rearranging and trust, surrendering and trust to the universe. Knowing that you're safe, knowing that you're divinely protected, knowing all these things. It was very ironic because I was watching it yesterday going, holy moly. Because in my mind, I'd completely forgotten the topic that I was teaching about until yesterday. So this entire room has this response, right? They have this response, they're feeling it. I felt, as I was on stage, an overwhelming sense of love and protection around me. And I don't mean overwhelming in the sense that I couldn't stand it, but overwhelming in the sense that I knew I was good. I knew that I was okay. I knew that I was safe, yet still those fear triggers were going. So we have this room, we have this experience that everybody here is really truly tapping into. And what I felt as I was integrating and allowing myself, my conscious mind, to rearrange the thought patterns, rearrange the subconscious programming, start to open and unravel some of this unconscious programming that I've had that has kept me under the illusion of protection, that is keeping things out that I want to let in. That ultimately is what's happening. Is that I'm wanting to let things in, and my egoic defenses are saying, yeah, but remember that time that you were visible and you felt unsafe? Remember that time that you were teaching in front of people and you felt that you were going to die? Remember these things? So my egoic defenses, out by means of survival, as we are biologically encoded, it's called fight to flight. It's a mechanism that we have that actually is a part of our human nature biology. So I am recognizing that these particular experiences for me at that time created such a response that my egoic defense said, okay, you want to be able to help people, but to help people in a mass way means that you're going to be a target. And that terrified me. And I'm smiling because I'm currently still releasing these sensations so that I can continue to support and help other people with the knowledge that I have been gifted with access to in this physical form, while also knowing that I'm safe. And here's the realization that is and will change the rest of my life. And I hope it does for you too, because it's so good. So this is the realization that I had. And this goes back, if it feels right, I'll share another story that connects with this. But at this time, as I'm watching the video and I'm thinking, wow, my 4 years ago self never would have imagined this moment, that I would be sitting here in Bali in the middle of a pandemic watching this video and protecting myself. And so the shifting memories from the past, if you've done any of my courses, any of my trainings, any of my events, I always include this technique, the shifting memories from the past. There's actually even a video here on YouTube for free. It's one of the first ones that I did, and it's definitely been upgraded since, but it will give you the framework. So shifting memories from the past. So I went into that experience as my future self now, as my future self yesterday, going back to that past experience, and was guarding myself and protecting myself and being there in that space at the edge of the stage, wings up in my angelic form, and realizing and recognizing that in that space from my memory, I thought that there were guides that were there with me. I thought it was the people in the room that were there loving me and protecting me, which is true. It's true, it's true. What I realized was that it was me. Let this sink in for a minute. I'm realizing that the memory that I had from 4 years ago where I knew that there was a different strength in the room, that there was a different level of protection in the room that kept me moving forward, that kept me carrying on, was me from yesterday. And was me from sharing this with you. Let that sink in a little bit more. Close your eyes and feel it. What does that mean for time? What does that mean for safety? What does that mean for protection? That means that in all forms and in all ways, it's not just your higher self, it's also your future self. It's also all aspects of yourself, different emanations of you that know your exact timeline, that know your exact trajectory, that know your exact decisions, that know your exact choices, that know your exact options that you make from those choices. That in every single moment, you have access to the infinite portal that is you by expanding your conscious understanding and your conscious awareness to knowing that it is there. Iowa o toko pokua akayatani, iowa pokua satani, iowa kuapu sututeni, iowa kuapu atani, iowa ayasutani, iowa ua kua satani, iowa ua pua satani, iowa ua kua satani, iowa kuapua kuatani, iowa soya atani, iowa ua pukua atani, iowa sukuatani, iowa kuatani, iowa ua pua kuatani, iowa pua akayasatani, iowa soya tua pua kuatani, iowa ua pua kuatani, iowa ua soya tani, iowa pua kua sutani, iowa ua pukua pua kuatani, iowa ua pua. Shall we do another round of I love you, I forgive you as we integrate this new information? Because this is a big one, my friends. I'm just going to keep getting bigger because you are more and more capable of holding more capacity than you were able to before. As in, at the beginning of Quantum Cashflow. We're growing fast with this one. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Is this different than the other years that I have offered this? Feels different to me. All right, my sweet loves. I also wanted to share with you, we had our second deep dive live transmission yesterday, which is part of the break that we took from YouTube. It is, please join us. I promise, it is worth it. 1,000 times over. 1,000 times over. In the transmissions, we go in and rearrange what no longer needs to be. Here we talk about it, and here you feel it, and you can feel the healing, and you can feel the shift, and yes, you're getting stuff out of this, absolutely. When we go into the deep dive transmissions, and we go into the quantum field together, and we actually sit there and have a class and also an actionable, we'll say, metaphysical workshop, things change in extraordinary ways. Very quickly. And so I want to, again, invite you into that. Yes, Shalise was there with us. Do the deep dive. It's so worth it. I woke up the other day, or right after this one. I'm going to read you this because it was a text that I got from somebody that was in it. OMG! What was that transmission? I could feel the transformation taking place instantly. My body was shivering, and I knew that big changes are about to take place. You are so powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. feels really good to get those messages, let me tell you. To know that these lessons that we're sharing are creating a ripple effect. When you do the deep dive, you're not just doing the deep dive for you. You're doing the deep dive for the people that are closest to you and the people who have influenced your life and the people whose energy fields you still have corded attachments to. Yes, Kat was there with us as well. She's saying like never before, and the deep dives are absolutely incredible. Please lean into it. The link is in the description of all of the previous videos. I'm going to make sure that it's in this one too. But just know that that link is, you'll see it. It ends in Quantum Cash, all caps, Quantum Cash. It will bring you to a page that has more information there, and then you can purchase through that link. All right, my dears, let's go ahead and go into this I love you, I forgive you practice. Oh, and the reason I brought that up also is because our next one is going to be Sunday, this Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, if you want to catch one and do it with us live, the thing about the live is that you feel a different energy field. The recordings are still going to, like, you're still going to experience magic with it. When you're there with the live transmission, you're actually there live with us in the field, and it creates a different and more significant type of healing energy. So I do encourage you to join in with us. Before then, you will get access to the previous 2 recordings, and you'll have access to the live. If you're watching this on the replay, all of it is still available to you. We're going to keep them live. We're going to keep them available because they help. They help with all the things. All right, my friends. Let's do another round here. You ready? I love you, I forgive you. 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 I love you. I forgive you. I'm so deeply grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Thank you for showing up as you be. Thank you for sharing this with your friends. Thank you for internally liberating yourself. Thank you for doing this work. It's not for the faint of heart, yet it is absolutely and always worth it. The beginning is always a bit of the hardest. Can't say the challenges or the contrast go away, but you get better at handling them. All right, my sweet love. With that, I encourage you to be easy with yourself. Drink lots of water. Go back and watch this as many times as you'd like. There are so many layers of information in this that you will get a different transmission if you listen to it again in a week. I can promise you that. I can feel it. I adore you. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. All right, I hope to see you soon. Yeah, ciao, ciao.